Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm David Kerr from Lansing in Michigan, and these are your latest news headlines from around the world. A 5-year-old child has been killed in a bomb explosion upon a bus in the southern Philippines. According to police, the blast happened on Tuesday as the vehicle was travelling along a highway near Cotabato City on Mindanao Island. The area is known to be a haven for multiple armed groups ranging from communist insurgents to Islamist militants. As well as the dead child, 6 other people were injured. No group has yet claimed responsibility. The authorities in Iran have released 9 Christians from prison. The group, which consists of a Protestant clergyman and 8 members of his community, have been serving lengthy sentences since September 2019, when they were convicted of endangering state security and promoting Zionist Christianity. Those sentenced include the Reverend Matthias Abdul-Reza Ali Hajinejad of the self-styled Church of Iran. He is serving a 5-year term in prison. His conviction, along with those of his associates, haven't yet been officially quashed, but they are now under review. The release of the jailed Christians took place at the turn of the new year, but it's only just now been reported in the media in recent days. The news has been welcomed by several international human rights groups, including the Christian advocacy group Christian Solidarity Worldwide, who have long been campaigning for their release. Pro-abortion groups in the US state of Michigan have launched a ballot initiative to enshrine a right to abortion in the state's constitution. Planned Parenthood Advocates of Michigan and the American Civil Liberties Union of Michigan are just 2 of the organisations sponsoring the ballot drive. Organisers of the initiative will need around 425,000 valid voter signatures to put it before the electorate in November of this year. Michigan currently has a 1931 abortion law in its books that makes it a felony for anyone to provide an abortion unless necessary to preserve the life of such women. That law is currently overridden by the US Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade ruling of 1973, but would, in theory, be reactivated across Michigan if the Roe v. Wade decision was struck down by the US Supreme Court in the coming months. The Michigan Catholic Conference, which represents the 7 bishops of Michigan, has described the ballot initiative as a sad commentary on the outsized and harmful role the abortion industry plays in politics and society. Meanwhile, the state of Florida looks set to pass a new law reducing the time limit for abortions there from 24 weeks to 15 weeks of gestation. Both the state's Senate and its House of Representatives are currently controlled by the Republican Party. On Tuesday, those GOP lawmakers in both houses brought forward identical legislation outlining their new policy. State Governor Ron DeSantis has already expressed support for measures that curb access to abortion. Pope Francis has offered his prayers and sympathy upon the death of the President of the European Parliament, David Sassoli. The 65-year-old Italian politician died on January the 11th due to serious complications related to his immune system. Mr. Sassoli had been a member of the European Parliament since 2009 and President of the body since 2019. He was only the 2nd Italian to hold that post. In a telegram to his widow, Pope Francis remembered Sassoli as a man of faith who was animated by hope and charity. He also expressed spiritual closeness at this time of sorrow and invoked the risen Lord's peace and consolation for those who are mourning Mr. Sassoli's death. May he rest in peace. The lineup of speakers for this month's March for Life in Washington, D.C. has been unveiled. They include actor Kirk Cameron, the Down syndrome advocate Katie Shaw, TV Duck Dynasty's actress Lisa Robertson, as well as various pro-life politicians. The event will also feature the host of the Bible in a Year podcast, Father Mike Schmitz. He will be the keynote speaker for this year's March for Life Rose Dinner. The march takes place on the 21st of this month under the slogan of Equality Begins in the Womb. Meanwhile, the Diocese of Little Rock in the state of Arkansas will host an annual Mass for Life on January the 16th. The Holy Mass will be offered at the State House Convention Centre in downtown Little Rock by Bishop Anthony Taylor of Little Rock. Before the Mass, youth group volunteers from North Little Rock's St Mary and Immaculate Heart of Mary churches and students from North Little Rock Catholic Academy will lead those present in the Holy Rosary. That will then be followed by Eucharistic adoration and a procession led by Bishop Taylor. Finally, the international movement that is the Men's Rosary Rally is about to arrive in the United States. The public Marian rallies, which take place on the first Saturday of each month, have become a huge success with men in Poland and also in Ireland and have drawn worldwide attention. They are organised as part of the First 5 Saturdays devotion encouraged by the Blessed Virgin Mary when she appeared to 3 shepherd children in Fatima in Portugal in 1917. Now, the city of Austin in Texas is set to host the first such rally on US soil. It will take place on February the 5th at Doug Sam Hill Summit. Ave Maria. Well, that's all your latest headlines for now. Do join us for more tomorrow. You can also visit us at swnews.org for news updates. Shalom.